Coming to you from Hilbert College, it is the podcast Running Wild. Follow us at Run Wild Podcast. We're now on SoundCloud and YouTube, Run Wild Podcast.
Comment some topics for us. You know, if you just want to talk some life, you want to talk about beverages or food products. That's my specialty, is really food products. But anything really on your mind, give us a comment. Let us know what you want us to hear.
I'm more of a beverage guy personally. If you're wondering, you can follow my guest, Spencer Sticek, at Spencer Sticek on Twitter.
Yes, sir. That's S-T-I-C-E-K.
Now, Spencer, we're here in Hilbert College, the home of the great Hawks.
Love the Hawks.
What a game that was against Alfred State the other day. What are your initial thoughts? First, it started with the guys' game, went into overtime, that thriller, and then the girls' game just dominating the number one seed in the AMCC. What are your thoughts?
I love what I see. I did hear some tragic news with our guys' team that Peruki might be out for the season with a torn ligament. So that's obviously devastating to our offense of the guys' team. Already losing Jalen earlier this year, now losing Rookie. Our offense is gonna need some people to step up. Our big men need to step up because we already lacking in depth there. Other than that, our girls' team looks fly. They look super good. They killed it versus Alfred State. Looks like they have been doing. They put the smackdown on the Roche last time, and we're ready. We're for real. We're ready to attack these playoffs and get that ring.
You know what's amazing about the girls' team to me is, Kelsey and Abby and Emily, they'll shoot their threes. They'll make their threes. But what's really and then you got KP, Ashley Repine down low. They're getting good buckets. But what's impressed me is their defense. In the AMCC, they have allowed this whole season 665 points. The next closest team is Mount Alley, allowing 763. They've allowed 100 fewer points than the second closest.
That's incredible. I bet a lot of you guys were unaware of that fantastic stat that Gabe went and found
Like to
in
do
the
my
archives.
homework.
But no, I'm very impressed with that. I love where our team's head's at. They're out there having fun. And it's about time they loosen up and have fun playing the game they love. You know, last year you could tell they were playing a little nervous sometimes, and they weren't all like happy with what's going on. There was some drama going on. This year it just seems like it's awesome. Like they all look happy. They all playing seamlessly good together.
Good chemistry.
It's great. It's great to see. We need more people showing up to their games though. They're
True.
number one. We're number one, guys. Come to the games.
The nest has been a little bare the past couple games.
We got to have some Hawk pride, man. You're here just like we were, I was, and Gabe is. We're all Hawks. We're a family. We're a community. Support each other. When our teams are number one, we should be filling those stands.
So do you think it's a shoo-in now for the Lady Hawks to make it to the championship?
Well, anything can happen. You know, we play a playoff game first week, and say Gauze and Kelsey are on an off day. That might give us a problem versus any team in this league. But saying that they keep playing the way they are now or better, there's nothing stopping us but ourselves.
Which is why I like the defensive stats so much, because even if you have an off day, the defense is probably going to keep them in these close games. How about the guys' team? I'd say the shooters, the guards, they're going to have to step up big because of Jalen Brown, but they're more than capable of carrying their own.
Jalen Brown.
Did I say Jalen Brown?
Yeah, the Celtic.
Well, if Jalen Brown left the Hawks, then that'd be quite a story in itself. But
yeah, well.
but no, Jalen Smith, sorry. But Tyler I'm gonna butcher Aquilina.
I don't think that's right, but I'm not gonna try to.
It's something like that. He stepped up big. I think he went 4 of 6 or 4 of 7 the other day from 3. Antonio, I witnessed him make 13 threes in a row the other day.
Tony's definitely the X factor of this season. He's holding this team together.
And Joe Bird, his jump shot is looking good.
Yeah, Larry needs to pick it up now even more, though, with Rookie out. So I can't wait to see what they have inside. I want them to dig deep here and start realizing how they got to step up. And they can't just keep playing how they have been and just work harder now and make up for the loss.
You know who's going to contribute a lot to that is Jonathan Jackson, the Udonis Haslem of Hilbert Basketball. Had 4 steals the other day, draws charges. That's just what he does. Big body down low.
As long as Coach Rob gets him out there, he knows his role. He's a good big body to have down low, boxing out, grabbing some boards. And sometimes you just need those players out there that know their role and to get those dirty points, down low and grab those boards, because that just gets everyone else going.
Have a little scrappiness in your game. Get the crowd going.
For real, though, the crowd shows up for the guys' game, so you got to get them involved. The crowd's excited, the players get excited. The better outcome you get.
Can't wait. We're recording today on a Friday. They play tomorrow at Franciscan. There should be 2 wins, and then they gotta. For the guys, I'd say they almost have to win out to just keep their seeding.
Yeah, probably. I'm not quite sure where they're at right now, but that's the goal, anyways.
Right. Every game is from now on is basically a playoff game.
I don't care if they win by 1 or 30. Get that dub any way possible.
You heard it here first. All right. There's been a lot of college basketball. There's been a lot of NBA basketball. We'll have plenty of time for that. It's the Super Bowl weekend. This is what we've come to discuss. This is the pinnacle of American football right here.
It's true. It's the second largest eating day in America behind Thanksgiving.
Behind Thanksgiving? Oh, okay.
It is a holiday. Super Bowl is a holiday. You don't have to watch sports to know what the Super Bowl is and to sit down and watch at least the commercials or have a feast. Mm-hmm. It's a party.
So this won't be the first of these, but I like going on to Vegas, Bovada.com. Look up special props that you can bet on. You talked about commercials. Even the casual fan can just appreciate the commercials. They were down last year, though.
No, commercials is when I take my food breaks and my bathroom breaks. Right. So I really could care less about the commercials, but a lot of other people seem to enjoy it.
They watch it for the halftime show and for the commercials.
And those are all the times I take breaks and come back when the game's back on.
Right, the football's more interesting for me personally, but what happens first once the game starts? Either team scores a touchdown or Dilly Dilly is said in a commercial.
Wow. I'm going to say Dilly Dilly said in a commercial first.
Okay. We're trying to make you money, folks, here on this podcast.
Unless you're a college athlete, do not bet.
Who is it? Oh, it's Justin Timberlake. You're not going to even tune into the halftime show?
I mean, I'm sure I'm going to hear it.
Uh-huh.
And depends on what's going on. I'm probably going to talk and Twitter feed during the halftime show, but he's going to be playing in the background, so I'm going to hear it.
Fair enough.
I'm just not looking forward to it. I just don't care. I want to watch the football,
Okay.
I wish it was shorter so it didn't have to wait so long for it to come back.
Well, okay, so I'll get into our next topic here, but how do you see this game playing out, the game itself?
I think it's going to start off a little slow. The Eagles are going to hop out in front like 7-3 in the first quarter, and people are going to be like, oh, my God, the Eagles are going to do it. And it's going to be a close game, and then Brady's going to break hearts in the fourth quarter, and they're going to win probably by like a margin of 7 to 10 points. It's not going to be a blowout, but it's not going to be anything that's going to surprise anybody.
Okay. So, did you know that the Patriots have not scored a single point in the first quarter in any of their Super Bowls?
I did not, and that's why I only gave them 3 this time around.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe it.
Right. Like you said, Tom Brady does his damage in the fourth quarter. But I would say any lead under 21 is not safe with TB12.
And just remember, Gronk didn't play last year. Gronk's in the game this year healthy.
Or last game in the comeback against Jacksonville.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to be quite an X factor out there.
My X factor is, so the Eagles, how many Super Bowls do they have? Oh, 0. Interesting. Patriots have 8. the Eagles have 6 players that have played in the Super Bowl itself. The Patriots have 33 players. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe the Eagles get off to a fast start. I can see
Plus
7-3.
Belichick's record, 11th appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, right? It's 11.
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah, maybe not. Whatever it is, it's definitely a record.
It's going to be more than Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
So I think experience is going to ultimately win out.
Yeah. But then again, I keep bringing up is each time the Pats lost Eli Manning, they're supposed to win that game. Everyone thought they would win, especially the year they went undefeated and then lost in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, anything can happen.
It's going to be a good game.
Win the game, and even though they're not supposed to, it kind of hurts watching this game and not seeing Carson Wentz out there. It's just I like watching the teams at their full strength on both sides and seeing who's the better team.
It kind of waters it down that we lost the potential MVP.
And it gives the excuse of, oh, yeah, we didn't have Carson Wentz, so we lost. Well, guess what? That's football. That's sports. That's why you have backup quarterbacks. That's part of the game. But at the same time, it's always going to linger.
Right. It taints it a little bit. Fair enough. Which everyone saw on Twitter, the leaked photo of Tom Brady's MVP acceptance speech.
Does that come to surprise anybody?
No, well, it would have been Carson Wentz, probably.
I would have to agree with you. Injuries below.
Yes, they do, Spencer. But as to what you said earlier, the halftime show, I think it's around 45 minutes long. Tom Brady, he's been in the Super Bowl so many times. He said, the Super Bowl is really 2 games. You have the first half, and all that dead time in between is time where you have to you calm down. You don't want to be too excited in the first half, otherwise you tire yourself out. It's 2 games. So Brady, he's got a rhythm already to the Super Bowl with the halftime show. God, who is... I'm blanking on the quarterback's name now.
Foles?
Yeah, Nick Foles. This is his first Super Bowl. I think ultimately that's going to be a very key deciding factor in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
What is the Eagles' path to victory?
If the Eagles want to win, they're going to have to limit the damage that the running backs do for the Patriots. And let me hear me out here. It's more than just the running game. Think about all the damage that they do out of the backfield catching passes, especially last year when James White lit it up. They have James White and Deion Lewis and Rex Burkhead, and all 3 of them do a lot of damage catching passes out of the backfield on the flanks. Mm-hmm. That's a big key. And then the second one is Nick Foles not turning the ball over. If Jay Ajayi can get the running game going for him and Blunt can do the short game good, just got to weather the storm. They just can't afford turnovers. Whoever turns the ball over more, I'm predicting to lose this game. If the Patriots can turn the ball over even once and the Eagles don't, that's the Eagles' chance of winning this game.
Mm-hmm. Right, so 2 things on that. On your last point, obviously if you give Tom Brady extra possessions, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Especially because turnovers give the ball to the other team in usually a good situation. Mm-hmm. And capitalizing off turnovers is devastating in the Super Bowl.
He makes you pay too, Tom Brady does.
I'm sure Matt Ryan can let you know about that too.
Too soon, Spencer, too soon. But it's going to be Jay Ajayi, I have full faith in. LeGarrette Blount even, especially down in goal line, I have full faith in. It's the Eagles' O-line. They have not been getting a push on anyone all season. Against a weaker and a smaller Patriots defensive line, they're going to have to get a push. And running the ball, what does that do? Bleeds the clock out, keeps Tom Brady on the sideline.
Yeah, and running game opens up the passing game for Foles. The running game's not there, then Foles is going to force a lot of passes, and that's where turnovers come in.
Exactly. Nick Foles feels at his most comfortable when he gets in run-pass options. If that's not available to him, it's going to be a long day for the Eagles. So right now, the line opened up at Patriots as a 6.5-point favorite. It's gone down to a 4.5-point favorite. Would you take the points?
I would.
Fair enough.
I think, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be 7 to 10 point difference.
Okay. But this is also a game that can go either way. I can't wait for this game.
I just hope it doesn't turn out like that one Broncos Super Bowl where it was over from the first snap.
Yeah. What in that Super Bowl? Didn't the snap go right into the end zone for a
Yeah,
safety? Yeah, and
it
then they
was, and
scored.
it was over from the get go. Like I didn't even want to watch it after the
Right.
first quarter anymore.
You're right, because you have the 2 weeks that builds up anticipation, and then just for that.
But then again, you got a nice buffet of food usually set out, and you have snacks and drinks, and you're like, you know what? I'll just finish the game because I'm happy.
Right. I wouldn't mind a nice
I
competitive
just
game.
wonder what it'd be like to actually have your favorite team in the Super Bowl. Like I'm sure a lot of Buffalo fans can agree with me on that one. Neither one of us seen our teams in the Super Bowl before. I wonder what that excitement's actually like.
Uh-huh. It's right now everyone is favoring the Patriots to win this game, except for one state. Do you know?
Let me guess. Pennsylvania?
Oh no, so it's not Pennsylvania, but I should clarify the New England area. So Massachusetts, New
Oh,
Hampshire,
okay.
Vermont, that area is favoring the Patriots, and then everyone else is green except for one state, North Dakota.
That's weird.
If anyone has an explanation as to why North Dakota is favoring the Patriots, at Romoil Podcast, please.
It's probably because Carson Wentz isn't playing. So everyone from North Dakota is like, oh, Carson Wentz isn't playing. The Patriots will beat you because Carson Wentz would have beat you if he's out there.
Oh, so it helps his legacy.
Because that's where he's
Okay,
from. He played at North
okay.
Dakota State.
Wow, Spencer, that was really good.
Yeah, I just thought of it.
All right, other prop bets, Spencer. Donald Trump to tweet over under 5.5 times.
During,
Just the
before, or
day
after?
of, the
The
day
whole
of.
day?
Mm-hmm.
Over.
Over.
Yes.
And I don't have it written down, but one of the prop bets was which team will he mention first? It has to be the Patriots, right?
Easily. Definitely going to have a Belichick, Robert Kraft.
They only
tweet
go
out there.
golfing together.
Yeah, and Kraft endorsed him for the presidency. So
Mm-hmm. I think the trio did, honestly.
yeah, Brady
If I
did
remember,
too.
if I remember correctly. All right. So first accepted penalty of the game. This is interesting.
I'm going to say a holding call on the Eagles.
Really? No, I did not think that at all, Spencer. All right, holding call. That gets you 3.5 to 1 odds. I think it's going to be a false start. A lot of new faces in the Super Bowl. It's going to be a loud stadium. I think false start is easily going to be the thing to if you're a gambling man to put money on at 5 to 1. Why a hold though?
Because hold seems like the most common one, and then they usually start the game off with a run or.
Oh, okay.
You know, I see holding as being the most common one. It's the safe pick to me.
Well, Vegas agrees with you. That's the lowest return. So we'll see. We'll see. Speaking about the stadium, so you heard what happened between the Vikings and Eagles fans, right?
No, I didn't.
Well, apparently all the Eagles fans were making fun of the skull chant, and there's a little bit of a rivalry there, one might say. And so apparently the Viking Stadium is now turned against the Eagles, not necessarily for the Patriots, but against the Eagles. Do you think they'll have any deciding factor?
No.
Okay. I think if nothing else, it takes the neutral stadium to make and tilts it slightly toward the Patriots. But you don't see it.
No, I don't.
All right, we'll see.
Because I don't think those are the people really that are going to be there. You know, those tickets aren't just being bought.
Do
by them.
they sell it? Do they try to sell it half and half? Do you know?
I don't know. It seems like the people that go to these games are not normal people all the time. They're people that save their money up or have money, and like normal people that live in the area just can't afford Super Bowl tickets to go. You know.
Okay, fair.
Well, not all of them, but.
What are they? $480 a pop for a bad one?
Maybe minimum.
A bad seat.
Yeah, I mean they're not cheap at all. They're not like a normal fan can afford to go unless they save money.
All right. So the 76ers the day before will play the Pacers. Total points scored by the 76ers or total rush yards by the Eagles.
That is a tough one.
It'll be close, I think.
It should be. You never know, because Jay Ajayi could pop off for 130 yards, no problem. And the Sixers aren't going to score more than 115, I wouldn't think.
Right, okay.
They'll probably lose, though, and they'll probably score between Probably 99 and 108. Weird numbers, but that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to say Eagles rushing yards.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you. I think Bill Belichick he's gonna give Nick Foles anything deep-ish, but that's a hard throw, and anything short, and they're gonna stack the line, make Nick Foles forced to throw it intermediate and long. So that's why I think you're gonna get about 80 to 90 yards rushing from the Eagles, unless he pops one off. In that case, it'll be a lock, obviously.
Even if he could somehow finagle 95,
Uh
the Sixers might not score 95.
huh. Uh huh. Okay.
But they are playing the Pacers,
Right.
so that's kind of tough.
Which
not
they're
very
they're
good.
bottom of the league in defense. I googled it just for this prop bet. Um, will Leslie Odom wear a tie for America the Beautiful?
I don't even know who that is, so
All right, good. I'm not the only one.
I'll say yes because that would be a question if it was
Uh,
probably.
what will be the color of the liquid dumped on the winning coach?
I'm gonna go with orange.
Orange. Two and 3/4 to 1, Spencer. Not bad. Best odds gives you 10 to 1. Purple.
Interesting. My second guess would have been red.
Red. 3 to 1, Spencer. Total goals scored by Lionel Messi. They're playing Espanyol Barcelona. Or total rush attempts by Tom Brady.
I'm gonna say Messi, unless you really count like the quarterback sneaks as a rush.
Right, and doesn't a sack technically count as a rush too?
I don't think so. Not unless he tries to run away.
Okay.
If you
Okay,
count, if
it
you
says
count
Tom Brady must start for... Oh, no. Yeah, duh. Never mind. If you count what? Sorry.
If you count quarterback sneaks, he does that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he could easily do 4 quarterback sneaks in this game. And Messi, oh, that's a tough one. I'll probably go with the rush attempts if you count the quarterback
You
sneaks.
can max... I'd say Messi max gets 3 goals. And that's if he has a good day. But that brings you to another point. One of these prop bets is, will there be a successful 4th down conversion?
Yes, easily.
The Eagles love going for it on 4th down.
So do the Patriots.
Bill Belichick is also known as, this is, maybe you didn't know this, he's known as Bill Go For It on 4th down Belichick. So,
If it's 4th and 1, they're going to get it.
mm-hmm. Everything to play for. Bill Belichick, we know what he'll do in the Super Bowl. He's not going to change the way he approaches the game. Doug Peterson, the same way, though. It's another game to them. That's the approach all through media day. So I think they're not gonna play timid. Their game strategy isn't gonna be timid. They're gonna go for it. Total points and rebounds by Kristaps Porzingis or total receiving yards by Zach Ertz. With Porzingis, you get 28.5 points though, and they're playing the Hawks.
Wait, say that one again. If Porzingis is rebounds or points?
Both.
Oh, combined rebounds and
Mhm.
points?
And you start off with 28.5 with Kristaps Porzingis.
Wow. Rebounds and points versus Ertz's catches or yards?
Receiving yards.
I'm going to go with Ertz.
Right, so you can see, I can see him having like 70 to 80.
Yeah, he was the top fantasy tight end this year, and he's going to be a big part of this offense, just like Gronk is for the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. That's still a good one, though. I like it. Total points by Kyrie Irving or total points by the Patriots.
I'm going to go Kyrie Irving.
You know, the over-under for this game is 48. They think the Patriots are going to win 27 to 21. Around there. I don't know.
Who's Kyrie playing?
Oh, sorry. Celtics are playing the Trailblazers.
A tough game.
Oh.
But
Yeah, but Damian Lillard's going to... Oh, no, CJ McCollum will probably
doesn't
be
even
on
matter
him.
who's really guarding him. He's an offensive god. He gets his points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Kyrie just because it's more safe.
Do you see any team getting over 30 in this game?
No, I don't. It'll be, if they do, it would be 30.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of Gostkowski is going to be busy then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough. You see the Patriots winning, probably. He's going to be the Super Bowl MVP, right?
What?
If the Patriots win, he's going to be the
Brady?
super right.
I mean, what about Malcolm Butler that one year? You never know. No, Brady's
They're
gonna
gonna
get
have
it.
to. And if there was a bet, Brady versus the field, one individual player is going to have a great game.
Last year should have been James White.
Oh, you think? Well, but even then, everyone says, well, it's Brady who's throwing it to him in the flat.
James White had a record. Brady got him the ball, but I mean, it's kind of unfair to all those other players if it's always the quarterback gets the credit.
Mm-hmm.
I think James White's impact on the game was worthy of getting that award.
All right. We're not disagreeing. Like, should Malcolm Butler have been the MVP against the Seahawks?
I only say yes because if he didn't catch that ball, they would have lost.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have dropped it, they would have ran it with Lynch and won.
Mm-hmm. So
I think that's pretty valuable.
but it's obviously going to be skewed for the quarterback. So if the Eagles win, it's going to be Nick Foles probably.
Probably, unless somehow a defensive player made a huge impact. Got a pick six and made a lot of
Couple
big plays.
forced fumbles.
Yeah, something crazy.
Nah. All right, Spencer. Who do you think are the players that we need to look out for that maybe aren't on our radar?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with a former Buffalo Bill, Ronald Darby.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I think Darby's gonna have his hands full, being on Chris Hogan and who else would Danny Amendola.
Yep.
Either one, and I think he's gonna be the guy that's gonna cause a turnover and maybe change the impact of this game.
Okay.
For the Patriots, I'm gonna say it's gonna be James White again. That people might be like, there's no way he's gonna do it again from last year. But I think he will. I think he's going to go out there and do just about the same thing, a little bit less.
So he's one of those classic players that shows up to play for the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. And I think Brady knows it. And I know Brady knows what he's doing. And he loves dishing to his running backs. I think White's going to be out there a lot. Yeah, I think James White and Ronald Darby are mine.
Nathan Jerry, former product of Nebraska. On the defensive end, he's probably going to have the matchups, like you say, with Danny Amendola or Chris Hogan. Might even have to, just through switches, have to cover Gronk. Can you slow down the Patriots' offense? Give Brady a tight window to squeeze the ball into. That's going to be key in this game. For the Patriots, Kyle Van Noy. Can you pressure Nick Foles? Can you make his life uncomfortable at least? If you panic, if we get deer in the headlights, Nick Foles, this might be a very, very short game, Spencer.
I agree.
I said we wouldn't talk about basketball, but I changed my mind. What did you think of the rumors of LeBron to Golden State?
I think it's just a media thing. Like, what's the two biggest names in basketball? LeBron and the Warriors. Let's put them together and make a huge storyline. It's nothing to me. I really means nothing to me. I hate that's even out there because people are gonna read the media and read these articles thinking, oh my God, LeBron's actually gonna go to the Warriors and all this and that. I'm like, no. I give it a 0.5% chance that he goes to the Warriors.
You're basically saying it's a non-zero chance.
Basically, it's not gonna happen. LeBron is all about his legacy more than anything. He's not afraid to leave, but he knows what KD just went through. He doesn't need this anymore. Like, his reputation can only go down. People aren't gonna put him up any more than they are. The people that think he's the best right now will think he's the best later. The people that think MJ's the best will always think MJ's the best.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors just have that stigma on them now that they're the super team, that everyone just trashed KD for going there, which I was one. I still don't like it. He cares about his legacy way too much to even do that. I don't see him benefiting from it at all.
Even if he got 5 rings with Golden State, that wouldn't enhance his legacy at all.
No, it wouldn't. Nope. But I honestly I see LeBron going to either three different locations. See him looking at the Clippers. I see him looking at the Rockets. And the Spurs. I see him taking a look at the Spurs, and then I see him going back to Cleveland, though.
You don't see LA at all? The Lakers?
I don't. I think LA is going to make a run for it, but I think they're going to get Paul George or somehow.
Oh, if they get Paul George, I think he's definitely looking at them then.
I think Klay Thompson might go to the Lakers. I just don't see
LeBron loves Lonzo, though.
I just don't see LeBron wanting that. I don't see him going out there for it. I don't see the team around him enough for him to entice him.
Mm-hmm.
I see the Rockets being very enticing. And I see the Spurs being very enticing.
Only because of Greg Popovich.
Greg
And playing with Kawhi isn't bad either.
Kawhi is a great tandem. Just everything about the Spurs is right.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to see him on the Spurs either because I'm used to watching him play intense matchups versus them.
Really great matchups, too.
But I see him going back to Cleveland.
Real quick shout out to Boris Diaw.
Moves.
Right. They're going to have to do something, though. He doesn't want the Brooklyn pick. He wants them to get rid of the pick now to get a player now.
I mean, I could see that going good in both ways. But they got to be smart if they're going to move that pick. Because that pick could be Marvin Bagley.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not going to draft Marvin Bagley, then you better get a stud.
Mm-hmm.
If you trade him and you get a DeAndre Jordan, then you're wasting everything.
Ooh. Would Marvin Bagley alone be enough for LeBron to stay?
I wouldn't say alone.
Okay,
No.
so they need more.
They need to change something up.
Probably have to.
Plus, IT needs to pick it up, and I still believe he will. He's played 1 full month now, and that's not enough to catch up to where everyone else is. People are bagging on him pretty harshly on social media right now. He's not playing great. I think he's going to be fine when playoffs comes around. And once he starts playing better, I still think we're going to need to add another piece, another backup point guard and another big man, even with Bagley, and get some of the old people out.
I think you're going to have to get rid of the Tristan Thompson contract.
If possible. Tristan needs to go.
I do like Kevin Love. I think he's been unfairly blamed in a lot of this.
What a bummer, him breaking his hand. Like, it's always injuries that he's not doing it to himself.
Right.
But it's always the same guys getting hurt all the time. Unfortunate. So unfortunate.
Like the time he took Matthew Dellavedova and Timothy Mozgov to the finals.
Jesus. He better be back and healthy for playoffs, that's all.
Who, Timothy? Oh.
Yeah, Timothy.
Timofey Mozgov. Shout out to Russia real quick. Spencer, where are you watching the Super Bowl?
Hopefully with you at Danny's restaurant. That's where. It's the first time I have not watched the Super Bowl at home in my entire life.
What goes on there at Danny's?
They have the free buffet at halftime, which also happens all year round when Bills are away. It's a great place to enjoy a great meal, have some beverages, and there's a lot of people there that are just friendly and willing to talk and everything. It's a good atmosphere. Everyone
love their wings.
Check it out.
I love their wings.
I'm pretty fond of it.
So good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Shout out to Hannah Prenovovo. Something
I
like
don't know how to say
something
it.
like that.
I don't know how to say that either.
Good people own that place. Check it out. What is it, Danny's?
Danny's restaurant. Yep, I believe it's on Abbott, right down the road from the stadium, the Bill Stadium.
God bless the Bills. No. Jets, Jets. This has been Spencer Stisek. Thank you for stopping by.